Complete video narration script. This is educational content based on published research. Always consult your physician before making changes to your health routine. Remember, I am an educator, not your doctor. This information is for awareness only. Picture this. You're 72, finally enjoying retirement. One day you grip the stair rail a little tighter. Or you skip calling a friend because it feels easier alone. Those tiny moments? They're not just aging. They're 5 everyday habits quietly accelerating decline after 70. Studies show these habits can raise your risk of falls, heart issues, and losing the independence you've earned. The good news is simple shifts can reverse it. In this video, we'll dive deeper into each one with science-backed risks the experts often gloss over. Real stories like the ones I've heard from folks just like you. And easy tests you can do today. Stick around, because by the end, you'll spot what your family already notices but you dismiss. Quick note, I'm not a doctor. Always chat with yours before changes. Let's save those golden years. Your legs are like the roots of an old oak tree. And right now, I want you to think about what happens when those roots don't get air or stretch. They wither from the inside. That's exactly what's happening when you sit for most of the day without regular movement. Have you ever stood up after hours in your recliner and felt your legs wobble like they're made of jelly? That trip to the kitchen suddenly feels risky. Your body is screaming for movement. Here's what's actually happening inside. When you sit for long periods, circulation slows down. Blood flow becomes less efficient. Over time, this increases your risk of blood clots, heart disease, and metabolic problems. Your muscles begin to weaken, especially in the legs. And those legs? They're essential for balance and independence. After 70, muscle mass naturally declines anyway. Add prolonged sitting to that natural decline, and the process accelerates. Weak legs increase your risk of falls. Falls remain one of the leading causes of serious injury among seniors. Research shows that just 15 minutes of physical activity every day could potentially add years to your life. People who meet the recommendation of 150 minutes of moderate activity per week could have up to a 21% lower risk of premature death. That's not a small number. I knew a gentleman, let's call him Tom. He was 75 and recently retired. His days became TV marathons in his favorite recliner. Weeks turned into months. His daughter visited one afternoon and watched him grip the wall walking to the kitchen. She said, "Dad, when did stairs become your enemy?" He hadn't noticed the shift. He thought he was just tired. But his legs had quietly lost their job. They'd forgotten how to work. What most people get wrong is this: resting more after 70 is smart. It's not. It actually weakens recovery. Studies link prolonged sitting to metabolic chaos and faster physical decline. You've earned the right to rest, yes. But your body didn't earn the right to stop working. Movement preserves strength, balance, and independence. And independence is one of the greatest predictors of both longevity and quality of life. Here's your action step. Set a phone timer for every hour. When it goes off, stand up. March in place for 2 minutes while pumping your arms. Do it right now while you're sitting there. Feel that blood flow? That's your circulation waking up. Track your leg steadiness daily. If wobbles persist, tell your doctor. This isn't optional. This is your foundation. Think of your meals as fuel for a vintage car. Too much old gas clogs the engine. And right now, many of you are running on habit fuel instead of real fuel. Ever finish a big plate of your usual comfort meal, then feel bloated and sluggish? You blame it on slowing down. That's routine eating ignoring your post-70 metabolism drop. Your body doesn't burn fuel the way it used to. But your habits haven't changed. You're still eating the portions you ate at 45. You're still reaching for the same comfort foods tied to decades of routine. This piles on weight that strains your heart. It spikes blood sugar for diabetes. It loads your knees for painful falls. All while fooling your pancreas into overdrive. After 70, metabolism slows and muscle mass decreases. Yet eating patterns frequently remain unchanged. The same portion sizes. The same comfort foods. Over time, this mismatch between intake and need places strain on your heart, pancreas, and joints. What makes this habit especially dangerous is how normal it feels. You wake up and eat breakfast because you always have. You snack in the afternoon because that's been your pattern for years. You finish your plate because you were raised not to waste food. Folks excuse it as one more helping won't hurt. But studies tie this to hypertension and joint erosion nobody warns about. The research is clear, dietary choices that seem small add up. Choosing oatmeal over sugary cereal. Swapping soda for water. These small shifts reduce disease risk and improve vitality over time. There was a widow I spoke with, let's call her Mary. She was 73 and still cooking family portions for one. Her kids would visit and watch her eat the same amount she'd prepared for a household of 5. One day her daughter gently suggested smaller plates. More vegetables. Half the protein she was used to. Mary felt defensive at first. But she tried it. Within weeks, the fog lifted. She had energy again. Her knees stopped aching. She regained that zip she thought was gone forever. What most people get wrong is this: eating out of routine is just a harmless habit. It's not. It's your body sending distress signals you're ignoring. Your pancreas is working overtime. Your heart is straining. Your joints are creaking under extra weight. And you're dismissing it as normal aging. Here's your action step. At your next meal, pause mid-bite. Ask yourself, am I hungry, or am I habitual? Use a smaller plate with half protein and vegetables. After eating, stand up. If standing feels easier than before, you're getting the signal right. Note your energy level in a quick journal. Track how you feel 2 hours after eating. This awareness is your superpower. Your checkups are like oil changes for a lifelong engine. Skip them, and wear turns to break down. But here's what most seniors don't realize: feeling fine is not the same as being fine. You know that subtle headache or puffiness you brush off as just tired? After 70, fine hides silent killers. Creeping blood pressure. Early diabetes. Kidney changes. Circulation problems. Studies show skipping checkups lets these fester into strokes or heart attacks. Your family often spots grip strength drops first. They notice you're slower on stairs. They see you wincing when you stand. But you dismiss it. The big mistake people make is this: doctors are for the sick, not me. That's backwards. Proactive scans catch 30% more issues in seniors, slashing anxiety from unknowns. You don't have to wait until something breaks to get maintenance. In fact, waiting is how things break. I knew a man, let's call him George. He was 77 and felt perfectly fine. His daughter kept nudging him toward a checkup. He kept saying, "No, I'm good." One day he finally went. Routine blood pressure read came back elevated. His doctor caught it before it became a stroke. George calls that visit his wake-up call. He says it saved his life. He wasn't sick. He was lucky. What most people get wrong is this: absence of symptoms means everything is working well. It doesn't. Many serious conditions develop silently. High blood pressure has no symptoms. Early diabetes has no symptoms. Circulation problems have no symptoms. Until suddenly they do. And by then, damage is done. Here's your action step. Book that checkup this week. Bring a list of questions. Ask your doctor, any family noticing my slower steps? Any grip strength changes? Self-test this, sit down in a chair. Now stand up and sit back down 5 times as fast as you safely can. Time yourself. If it takes over 15 seconds, flag that for your mobility review. This simple test tells you a lot about your fall risk. If you've made it this far, you're not just watching. You're fighting for those independent years your kids want to share with you. What comes next is the silent killer no one talks about. Backed by stats showing it rivals smoking for danger. But with one easy connection, you flip the script. Feel that tight chest or endless fatigue after fretting over bills or family drama? You dismiss it as part of getting older. That's the trap. Chronic stress floods your system with hormones after 70. It hikes blood pressure. It increases inflammation. It creates foggy thinking. Research links persistent stress to 26% higher all-cause mortality. It wrecks sleep. It tanks immunity. It accelerates decline in ways most people never connect back to the worry itself. Many seniors believe that stress belongs to younger years. They assume that once careers slow down and major responsibilities ease, tension fades naturally. That's not how aging works. Stress doesn't retire. It just changes shape. Now it's health worries, financial anxiety, family drama, grief, loss. These hit differently after 70 because your body has less resilience to bounce back. When we are stressed, our bodies produce high levels of the hormone cortisol. As a result, blood pressure and heart rate increase. This can become damaging over time. Stress can also lead to other unhealthy habits. Drug abuse, smoking, drinking, overeating. It's a spiral. One habit feeds another. One worry feeds the next. The excuse most people make is this: I handle it alone. That's strength, right? It's not. It's isolation dressed up as independence. Professionals note that breathing resets and simple connection calm the storm in ways willpower never can. There was a woman I spoke with, let's call her Helen. She was 78 and obsessed over her daughter's life choices. The marriage troubles. The job stress. The money problems. Helen carried all of it. She lost sleep. Her blood pressure climbed. Her doctor warned her. She nodded and went home and worried more. One day a friend invited her to a chat group for grandparents. Helen almost said no. But she went. In that room, she heard other grandmothers carrying the same weight. She realized she couldn't fix her daughter's life. But she could stop trying. The haze lifted. Her sleep returned. Her blood pressure dropped. Her daughter noticed the change. Helen had given herself permission to let go. What most people get wrong is this: stress is just part of aging. You have to accept it. You don't. Stress is a signal. Your body is telling you something needs to change. Not your daughter's life. Your response to it. Here's your action step. Try this 1-minute breath exercise. Sit down. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale for 6 counts. Do it right now while you're listening. Feel that tension ease? That's your nervous system resetting. Pick one thing you can actually control. Not your family's choices. Not the news. One thing. Maybe it's a 5-minute daily walk while calling a friend. Maybe it's a hobby you abandoned. Maybe it's saying no to one obligation that drains you. Track your mood shift. Notice how you sleep. Notice how you feel. This is how you take your life back. Your social ties are like the electrical wiring in your house. Cut them, and the lights go out. And right now, many of you are flipping the switches off one by one. Ever catch yourself skipping the phone call or group because it's too much effort? Then feel that empty ache later? After 70, pulling back shrinks your world. It weakens immunity. It spikes heart disease by 29 to 32%. It raises dementia risk by 50%. Studies show this is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes daily. That's not metaphor. That's data. Over time, isolation becomes routine. After decades of structured interaction through work, parenting, and community roles, retirement often removes automatic social contact. Without intentional effort, your social circle slowly shrinks. Friends move. People pass. You stop reaching out. Months go by. Then years. And suddenly you're alone in a way that feels permanent. The wrong idea most people hold is this: I'm fine alone. But isolation feeds depression cycles. Low interaction tanks quality of life. It raises stroke odds. It accelerates cognitive decline. Loneliness is not a feeling. It's a health condition. It's as serious as high blood pressure. I knew a man, let's call him Harold. He was 81 and lost his spouse. For years they'd attended church together. They had their group. Their routines. After she passed, Harold quit going. At first, he appreciated the quiet. He told himself he needed time. Months passed. His sleep became irregular. His appetite decreased. His daughter called weekly but noticed his voice sounded flat. One day a neighbor invited him to a walking club. Harold almost said no. But he went. In that group, something shifted. He laughed. He shared stories. He felt seen. His sleep improved. His appetite returned. His daughter heard the life come back into his voice. Harold had forgotten what connection felt like. Now he couldn't imagine losing it again. What most people get wrong is this: I'm fine alone. Connection is optional. It's not. Regular social interaction lowers blood pressure. It reduces stress. It boosts immune response. Relationships don't need to be perfect to be powerful. What matters is having a sense of belonging and mutual care. Here's your action step. Text one friend today. Say, coffee walk tomorrow? Or video call? Or just a chat? Pick something small. Test the connection. After you talk, notice how you feel. Energized or drained? Build small. Weekly 10-minute video with grandkids. Monthly lunch with an old friend. A walking club. A volunteer shift. Anything that puts you in a room with people who see you and value you. Stack it with movement for double wins. Call during walks. Chat while gardening. This is how you protect your life. To wrap it up, ditch prolonged sitting with hourly moves. Eat to hunger, not habit. Never skip checkups. Breathe through stress. Nurture those ties. Each one is backed by research cutting decline risks sharply. Your body hauled you through 70+ years of storms. Don't let quiet habits erode the harbor now. These 5 habits are silent. They whisper instead of shout. They feel normal instead of dangerous. But they're stealing your independence one day at a time. The good news is you can stop them. Today. Right now. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive pills. You need to stand up. You need to eat with intention. You need to show up for checkups. You need to breathe. You need to call someone. Your family is watching. They see the wobble on stairs. They notice the fatigue. They hear the isolation in your voice. They want you here. Not just alive, but present. Sharp. Independent. Laughing at dinner. Playing with grandkids. Living the life you've earned. Have you dismissed a wobbly leg or skipped a call thinking it's nothing? Have you finished a plate you weren't hungry for? Have you sat all day and felt your legs weaken? Share that moment in the comments. Your story might save a friend's independence. And maybe, just maybe, it'll remind you that you're not alone in this. We're all fighting to keep what matters. Let's fight together. If this video helped you, hit the like button right now. It really helps more people find this information. Subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Share this video with someone you care about. Sometimes one video can change a life. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think. We read and respond to every single comment. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. We'll see you in the next video.